Hello everyone, welcome to Ocean Interaction, your go-to channel for all the things game and game development. Today we are diving deep into the world of Unreal Engine and explore the secret of array variables. This video is divided into 3 parts. In the first part, we will understand the definition and theory behind the array variables. In the second part, we will be focusing on understanding how to create, use and modify array variables, and see some of the most common methods for manipulating its data. Lastly, in the third part, we will explore how to create and utilize array variables in C++. So let's get started. So first question you might ask is, what is array variables? In simple terms, an array variable is a collection of variables that are stored under the single name. This allows you to store multiple values of the same data type in a single variable, making it incredibly versatile and powerful for various tasks in game development. It allows you to perform various operations like add, remove, sort, search, modify and much more, making it a powerful tool for efficient game development. Now, let's go to Unreal Engine and see how we can use it in both Blueprint and C++. The Blueprint section is divided into 4 parts. In the first part, I will be showing you how you can create array variables. In the second part, I will be showing you how you can use these array variables. In the third part, I will show you what are the properties available for these variables. In the fourth part, I will show you what are the different methods available for the array variable to modify its behavior. So let's get started with the first part, how to create an array variable. To create an array variable, go to My Blueprint and in the variable section, click on this plus icon. It will create a new variable for you. You can name it whatever you like. In this case, I will name it player ID. Player IDs. And I will be like this type to be integer, and to make it array, go to details panel. In the variable type, click on this drop down icon and select the array option. It will create this variable as an array. Now for the second part, I will show you how you can use this variable. To use this variable in your code, you just need to drag and drop into the Blueprint section and select the get option. It will give you the array option. You can use node get to get a copy or get a reference for one of these variable of this array. Now I will show you how you can set the entire array in this variable. To set the new array, you can drag and drop this variable into your Blueprint and select set option, and it will let you set the new array into this variable. But keep in mind that if you set the new array, the current array, or if there is any array right now in this variable, will be modified or it will be removed and new array will be set to this variable. Now let me show you what are the different properties available for this variable. First, we have the variable name. With this property, you can change the name of this variable. Second, we have variable type. You can change the variable type of this variable. Third, we have the description. You can write whatever you want in here, and when you hover over this variable, it will show you the description of this variable as a tooltip. Write a meaningful description so that you remember why you have created this array. Next option we have is instance editable. This option will let you change the property of this variable in the level. Next we have the Blueprint read only. With this option, you can only get this variable and you can't set this variable in the Blueprint. Next property we have is expose on spawn. So with this property, whenever you spawn this variable into the spawn node, it will let you change the default value for this variable at that spawn time. Next we have private. So if you are planning to create a child class of this Blueprint class and don't want the child classes to edit the property of this variable, you can check this option. Next we have expose on cinematics. So this option is for used for cinematics. So like if you want to use this variable in the level sequencer, you can check this option. Next we have category. So every variable have a default category, as you can see in right here. You can organize the variable in the different categories. To create a new category, you can just write down the name of the new category and it will create a new category and add this variable into that newly created category. You can also choose from this drop down. Click on this drop down icon and it will let you change the category from all the available list of categories. Next are replication. So these are the for multiplayer. After this series I will create a new series for multiplayer where I will explain in details what these types are for multiplayers. So once now we have done with the default properties, one last thing, you can add the default value for this value. For example, if I want 3 IDs as a default ID for this array variable, I can just add it here, as you can see. So now this array contains 3 IDs, 101, 102 and 103 as a default property. Now let me show you some of the most common functions to modify the array's behavior. First we have add. So with this node you can add the array value at the runtime. You just need to add this array variable into one of this node and you can now add the value at runtime. So for example, if I want to add 104, I can just do this. Same with the add unique, but it will add a unique value to this variable. Next we have how you can delete the value of this variable. We have few nodes available for this. So first is remove index. So you can remove any of the values with the index number. For example, it starts with the index 0. As you can see in the default value, it starts with the index 0, 1, 2 and so on and so forth. So if I want to remove the first index, you can just set the index 0 and it will remove the first value. Next we have remove with the value. So for example, if I want to remove the 103, I can just write down 103. It will search for this value and remove all the occurrences of that value. Next we have clear. So if I want to delete all the values from this variable, I can just use this node to delete all the variables. Next we have get array element. So if I want to get a specific element from the array, I can use this variable. First we have the get a copy. So this node will get a copy of this variable. So copy of the value of this variable. For example, if I want the copy of the first index, I will get the 0 as an index and it will give you the copy of the first index. While the second is get a reference, so it will give me the reference. So in our case it's just an integer value, so it doesn't make more sense. But if we have something like a class or object array, it will make more sense to get a reference of that instance so that we can change any value in that instance. So this second node is like get a reference is more like for instance or classes. Next we have set element. So if I want to modify one of these value in the array, I can use this node to change any of the value. For example, if I want this first value to 100 instead of 101, I can pass on the array variable index. So index should be 0 and the new value, so it should be 100. Next we have length. So if I want to know like how big this array variable is, I can check it with this length node. So that's it from the blueprint side. Now let's go to C++ and see how we can use the array variable. In the C++ side, I will show you how you can create array variable how you can use the array variable and some of the most common method for array variable to modify its behavior. So let's get started. So first I will show you how you can declare an array variable. Declare is another term for creating an array. To create array, you can write T array. So T and A capital, and the type of the array you want to create. So in this case, we want to create int type in the angular bracket, and the name of the array. So in this case, I will name it player IDs. Now, to add the value in this array, you can use add function. To add the value, you can type variable name dot and add. So in this bracket, you can pass on the new value. So in this case, I want to add 101. To remove any of the index or any of the element from the array, there are two functions available. First is remove. So you can type variable name and then remove. So this function will remove all the occurrences of 101 in the array. Next we have remove add. So write down variable name and function remove add, and you have to pass down the index you want to remove. So as we have discussed in the blueprint section, index start with the 0. So if I want to remove the first element of this array, I can just pass down 0 and it will remove the first element of the array. To delete all the elements of this array, you can use function empty. So just write the array name. So in this case, player ID dot empty. Use this function to delete all the elements of the array. Next we have, if you want to find any particular element from this array, you can use find function. To use it, just write the array name, array variable name, and find, and pass down the value you want to find. It will return the index number of that occurrence of that value in the array. In this case, if I pass down the 101, it will return me as a first index, as we have added here as a first element 101. So it should return me a 0, index of that occurrence of that value. So that's it from the C++ side.
Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Ocean Interaction for more exciting content. What should we make a video on next? Let us know in the comments below. Until then, happy gaming, everyone!